There he is. We have him in the red color. The Protoss player starting to the top of the map. In the red, it is Evil Geniuses.
JYP.
That's right, JYP. Amazing hold on the last map. He was able to pull it off. He tied the series, and he is up against his Terran opponent once again. Starting for NS Hosa at the bottom left of the map. In the blue, we have the former champion.
NS jjakji.
Now that spaceship, a huge map. We talked about it a little bit, and it's just the push distance is so huge. So a lot of games just are pretty greedy openings, trying to get a bit of an economy. And we mentioned this in the well. The problem is there was this Reddit thread, and since then it was like, I can't unsee it anymore, and Wolf was perfectly right this morning when he told me about it. If you ever see something like this on Reddit, don't click on it. Just don't do it.
If you ever see it, can't unsee, or once you see this, you'll never look back, or something like that.
I made the mistake. I
clicked on it, man.
And, well, guys, if you just have a look at the minimap, and you see to the top left, those there's a panda face right there on the minimap. The two mineral lines that you have between the two bases right now, that's the ears. The black spots are the eyes, and then you have basically the mouth underneath. And you also have a skull. To the bottom right, you can see a skull with the middle two mineral lines being close to the eyes, and then you have the teeth at the bottom right. So it's a pretty scary map. He has both. It's like yin and yang. You have the sad and the well.
Alternately, you can see the panda bear is doing a split in the air, doing a jumping action, and he's got his legs split out like he's doing a split in the air. He's got short legs.
That's a flexible panda, right?
Yeah, man, that's a flexible panda. Well, we do see a one Rax expand versus a Nexus first here. The probe will sneak in, and so you see no gas. And we will very likely see a build from JYP that's similar to what Parting does, the fast third Nexus. It's basically crazy not to on this map.
The thing is, if you basically always start with an early expansion on this map, because if you at some point decide, okay, I could start with the gas first, and then you build the Banshee, the problem is, by the time that the Banshee crosses half the map, it will realize, hey, damn, I'm running out of fuel, and it will just crash. It will never arrive at your opponent's base in time to do any damage at all. Well, that's not really not really true, but that's basically how it feels.
I heard you say that. I didn't get it as a joke. I was like, yeah, good point. Then I was like, wait a minute.
I actually thought it would crash.
I was just sitting here thinking about the third base and what he's gonna do next, and I just heard you say that, and I was just like, Counter says things that are smart generally, and I was like, I just heard you say it, and I was like, you were like, well, by the time he gets there, I just thought you were talking about by the time he gets there he'll defend or something, but you're just like, he'll be out of fuel and crash, and I was like, oh wait, no, that's not true. Hold on. This isn't Advanced Wars, man. We can't run out of fuel.
How awesome would that, by the way? If you had to refuel your Banshee and your tanks.
No stalemates, man. That floating command center in the corner is going to die eventually.
That would actually be really nice.
Think about that, Blizzard. Stalemate timer? I don't think so. Oh, he's 6 there's some micro against killing that neutral depot.
That depot doesn't have a chance.
He has no chance, man. That depot can't even move. He can't even be raised. Look at that. That's a dead depot right there. Well, this Zealot doesn't have much of a chance either.
Alright. Stim is being researched.
There's the third Nexus, by the way. On the production tab, you can see it. And this is basically the Parting build. He's very likely going to go up to 8 gateways after this, put pressure on his opponent after double expanding.
Definitely a very good move on this map.
It's a huge map, so it's hard for your opponent to attack through a Nexus. It's easy for you to pressure him because there's this technology that was introduced called Warp Gate Research.
There's also some really nice stuff that we've seen when we casted a few matches lately, where you can use some high ground positions with the middle expansion in order to position high Templars there and storm at the low ground when your opponent tries to attack your third base. Very nice positions on the map that you can kind of abuse a little bit.
Yeah. Looks like you cut probes at 36 to do this build. Something to note. And adding 6 gateways will add one more, I believe, after he's done microing his Stalker. And
jjakji's not getting a third yet.
Nope. Too risky at this point. He doesn't really know what his opponent is up to. He has seen the third Nexus, but He's actually just sticking with the 7 gateways, not going to the 8th one, which is actually fine. It doesn't really lose a lot of power just from using 7. You can call that a gateway flower.
Do you remember when we casted the TVT today and both players with the same positions and both players just used one sensor tower in the main base?
Yeah.
It looked like the player had glasses.
Oh my god.
It was actually really funny. I wanted to mention it, but then they started to attack.
That's really...
If you just imagine the rings on the minimap, it's like a bear with glasses.
Big glasses on that bear. That's really interesting, man. He's like a hipster bear. They don't even have lenses on him. Like, why are you wearing those glasses? That's what LS Prime or Crux, Crux LS Prime, I guess is he called now, probably wanted. This bear would be a hipster bear, for sure.
Yeah, very hipster bear, but the hipster bear is going to witness an attack right now.
Yeah, it's going to occur on his right paw, man. That's where he's holding on to this Terran base, but he's going to get yanked out of him by this Protoss army. There's only one bunker, Kaldor.
And one bunker is not going to be enough. With decent force fields, and, well, is he blocking the SCVs right now? He is not.
He doesn't have enough DPS to target down that bunker. He needs more stalkers.
Exactly. He needs to wait for another round, and he cancelled the bunker? The second bunker has been cancelled.
I think he may be misinterpreting what's going to occur here. This is... JYP's actually moved back. Does he know the bunker was cancelled?
No, he doesn't know.
Nope. Well,
jjakji is getting lucky here.
Yeah, very much so. He still does not have a third commander though, and tech has started for JYP. This is the reason why a lot of Terran players will go to despise maps like this, is because it's so difficult to predict what the Protoss is going to do. You have to play safe. Like, your Protoss is double expanded, but then you're the one who has to make bunkers and defend. It's a scary position. It doesn't seem like it makes sense, but it's like, that's just how it is.
It's also moving out is just such a problem, because the map is so huge there could be pylons anywhere, and then suddenly you're facing a few units just charging into your mineral line.
Yeah.
So that's very, very hard to deal with. Charge is being researched, speaking of it, and, well, we have a decent scan here. He knows about his opponent's position, and he tries a Doom Drop into the main base. Has a factory, so he knows exactly about the positioning of the units, and this could, whoa, this will do a lot of damage.
This will indeed. There are no units on the low ground though. This is only a drop in the main, so as such, yeah, he's not going to go for it. Actually, ooh, if he goes in from this side, the units will be a little bit further away to defend.
And yes,
he knows what's up though. He moves into position already.
There's only one Stalker. Why doesn't he commit it? He could take out those few units immediately,
yeah,
but I guess
he's just wanting to play it safe, I guess.
He's a bit afraid there might be more Stalkers and taking down the Medivac, so playing it safe. It is the third game after all.
Yeah, absolutely. Charge is finishing here. +2 armor's on the way second. Forge going up here. +2 weapons is already on the way for jjakji. He's getting his +1 armor now. He still, however, does not have a third command center. Not even in production. He is sitting heavily on 2 base, and that may come back to bite him eventually here.
And
I think he
decides to drop.
I think he has enough units here. He's gonna have to lift up and get out.
Yeah, he needs to retreat. The sentries come in and not targeting the Medivacs though. He just can't. And is the cannon going to die as well? He's just trying to run back here, and he will succeed in saving most of these units.
Yeah, it was not the worst trade for him. He did kill several Zealots. The Zealots, with the position of the Marines, it's hard for the Zealots to get in there. But he will not be able to drop again.
jjakji also saw the Templar Archive, which is why he starts with the Ghost Academy. He wants to have those Ghosts as soon as possible for the Snipe, for the EMPs. And now with +2/+2 on its way, he's already in a good position regarding his upgrades. We have 1-2 upgraded for JYP, and he's getting Storm now. So still always this position where jjakji tries to do a little bit of damage. He has those dropships, he tries to attack, but he is, for example, not trying to target the third at the same time. He's not really harassing at... his multitasking is not at a point where he tries to harass several bases at once.
Yeah. The third base of jjakji down at the 6 o'clock position is so late. It's almost scary. He's making a bunker there as well because he knows, like you mentioned earlier, with so many pylons on the map, he's going to potentially face Zealot run-bys of this mineral line. On a map this size, it's impossible to find them all. He does find one.
Yep. The one Zealot protecting it is not going to do anything at all.
Then he finds a second one on the left side of the map as well, so good fortune for him there. Finding all these. He does send a Marine to check to see how many cannons there are on the right side. I think the reason why is he wants to do a drop in the main and perhaps send a group of Marauders to try to target down that Nexus.
This army is getting pretty scary for JYP though. He already has 160 supply bug at this point. Something should not have happened.
He's making 5 pylons, partially because he lost two of his pylons in the middle of the map, and he wants to just be dominating pylons for a while.
Charge is done, going for the blink. Storm is done. He has the Templars in the game, and well, certainly looks like. Oh no, we don't. The third base, as Wolf mentioned, is pretty late for jjakji. JYP still content on 3 bases, and he has a great tech tree. He has a great tech. He has everything he needs, and now he's starting with another robotics.
He does check and see this third command center. At the bottom, he will not be able to harass it because of that bunker I was mentioning earlier. Oh, this is a really tough position for jjakji. His third is so late. And the Zealot is actually avoiding the bunker, just going to target down SCEs, does only get 1.
We have 6 ghosts. Personal cloaking has been researched.
This is such a tough position because there are so many storms available here. He needs to get them into position though. Cloak is out as you mentioned, and
this would be sick EMPs, but he does not hit with the EMPs. Force fields were really good. And that was close, that was really close. He was about to just EMP the entire army.
Well, there's no observer here, and he does EMP the entire army, but he does not get the Templar, and there's storms on the high ground. Oh, he snipes it, he gets it, he snipes Templar on the high ground.
And how awesome was that? He scans
this
it,
game
snipes
changes
it.
in a matter of seconds, Kaldor, and this game is over for JYP.
jjakji has so much supply right now, and look at his DPS, there is no storm available. He took down every single High Templar. Finally, he walks in, he uses the one that was at the low ground, waiting for drops for the feedback. And this one is able to use at least 2 storms, but it's not enough.
There's just way too much DPS here. The game changes in seconds. It just goes
the
to show
upgrades. Oh, he's not getting the upgrades either.
The upgrades, GG. Wow. It was a tough situation, man. He did not have an observer. His force fields at first were very good.
Every single DT just died. Even the one on the high ground. Scans takes him out with a snipe, and the only thing the JYP can do is use the Dark Templar that was, the High Templar that was waiting for drops to feedback them, move it to the low ground, and he got off 2 storms. That's all there was to it. Very well done by jjakji here, and he just takes it. Within seconds, he changes.
I've never seen a shirt like this, like mech black anchor point. I'm like, where is that?
I have no idea.
Not to change topics, but I saw that shirt and I was like, well. Anyway, the cloaking there is something you very rarely get, but occasionally it's something that changes the game in a matter of seconds.
I actually said in the game that jjakji is getting additional robo. Did he have a robo? Sorry, JYP, did you already have one? Did he really have an observer?
He had a robo, but he did not have any observers with his army. It was scan. The only observer I believe he made was scanned and killed. So as soon as that cloaking happened, he started another observer, but it was too late.
Yeah, I think he didn't. He had no observer that could actually see the
no, definitely
the ghosts.
not. And he kept scanning to make sure there were no observers as well. He was very on top of that. So that was pretty sick. I mean, this type of thing very rarely works like that.
Yeah.
But in this case, it did. The snipes on the high ground changed everything.
That was very, very nice. If he didn't scan the high ground, this Templar would have been able to get off 2 storms right into the heart of jjakji's army. Well, as it is, we are going to take a 5-minute break. Then we start with our second Terran versus Protoss for the day. And it's going to be OGS Vines against FX Ogumiho before we start with Zinio against Bomber. So 2 great matches that are still waiting for us. We're halfway through the second group of the day. Guys, we will be back after 5 minutes. Stay tuned and we will be back with Code A with Kaldon Wolf.